Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Bear with me while I set everything up here. So, Grand Rising, my name is YèVivo Bayi Gangnehessou, formerly Francesca Abbey, founder, chief executive officer, and executive director at DART's Diasporan African Repatriation Tourism Service. Akwaaba, welcome to our DARTS channel for our Diasporan African Repatriation Tourism Service, where we'll discuss everything about repatriating from the diaspora to Ghana and learn together what you'll need to know to make the journey, survive the cultural barriers, and enjoy the experience. Along the way, I will share with you my own personal experiences as I grow into my new life in Ghana, and as DARTS also helps you grow into yours. So I welcome you, I welcome your presence, and invite you to state your relevant comments, questions, and concerns in the comment section below regarding our topics. The topic for this show today is Africans, it's time to walk our talk and unite, decalcify, decolonize, and disengage from the messy and chaotic matrix. That's a long title, but it's a title and a subtitle. The title is Africans, It's Time to Walk Our Talk and Unite, and the subtitle is Decalcify, Decolonize, and Disengage from the messy and chaotic matrix. This topic will challenge us to think about our daily impressive narratives as conscious Africans and compare our percentage of talk to our percentage of action so we can adjust the balance. For those who don't know me, I am a truth seeker, always seeking to remember our cosmic esoteric knowledge, which is simply basic truths of who we are, where we came from, and why we're here. I aim to vibrate on a higher electromagnetic frequency in order to attain spiritual elevation and divineness. I've been doing my best to walk my talk for some time now. I've been saying how we global melanated people need to bond together in unity. We all say that, but and build together and help uplift and support each other in order to restore our black power and our royal greatness. That's a good rhetoric, but how many people are actually putting forth the effort to do so? I'm walking my talk. I've walked my talk in the past and I'm still doing it. Back in the DS, I don't call it the U.S. anymore. I'm trying not to call it the U.S. anymore because there's nothing united about it. I call it the DS, the divided, not divided, the divisive states. Divisive states. Whenever I met an African from the continent or anywhere in the diaspora, whether he or she was a doctor or a taxi driver, a janitor or a judge, a security guard or a secretary, I would strike up a friendly conversation and cordial conversation with them to try to get to know them and so they could try to get to know me. Sometimes we even exchanged contact information. I seized every opportunity to make my brothers and sisters feel welcome and more like family than foreigners. That's one of the ways I've been walking my talk. Another way I've walked my talk in the past is when I married my Ghanaian former husband, Mr. Abbey. My name Francesca Abbey, so Mr. Abbey. Um, in the DS, the divisive states, in 2003, 2003, When he and I met, he was working as a security guard for a store in a shopping area around the corner from where I lived. And I was shopping on the boulevard where he was working. He was standing outside of his workplace on break in the hot sun. He was sweating so hard he literally looked like he was melting. I went in a store. I purchased the coldest bottle of water I could find. I smiled at him, said good morning, and gave him the ice cold water. I did the same again and again every time I saw him. Another time I saw him, he was eating a hot dog from the dirty old Frank man. I call him the dirty old Frank man because I always wonder where did the Frank man wash his hands before he serves hot dogs to people. I never see them wash their hands. And I know they use napkins and stuff in the past when I was growing up. Now they use rubber gloves, but some don't. And where do they pee when they have to pee? I'm just saying. But anyway, I always had this thing in the back of my mind that they, pee in the hot dog water. But anyway, that's the story for other days. Um, he was eating a dirty old hot dog from the street vendor for his lunch. And the next day when I saw him again, I gave him some real food that I cooked for him that he enjoyed very much. I kept showing him this level of kindness because I knew how horribly African Americans treated Africans from the continent and the diaspora, and it made me feel so bad. I wanted someone to know that we're all not like that. I thought we African diasporans would get the same reciprocal treatment coming here to Ghana to bond and build relationships with our people. But that doesn't always seem to be the reality. Doesn't anyone see how much we need each other now more than ever before? Dissension, deception, and disconnection put us in this predicament we're in now. As a people, only unity can repair the damages. Some decades ago, I thought about how the colonizer oppressors decided to carve up our continent like a piece of meat by setting land borders and distributing portions for each oppressive country to dine upon, leaving us Africans divided. As small divided groups, they've taken to calling us minorities. But it's just a small label with very little meaning or truth to support it. When you think about how huge Africa is in comparison to most of the other continents, as well as the fact that black people were the first inhabitants of, and still inhabit all the other continents, including Africa, we're not a minority at all. They, those evil, murderous, selfish, greedy, um, colonizer oppressors are the minority. We melanated star seeds are the majority. We as a people are so much bigger and greater than our colonizer imposed geographical confines. If we global melanated people can decalcify our pineal glands, decolonize our minds, and disengage ourselves from their chaotic matrix, then we can stop subscribing to their nonsensical narratives, their concept of African continental land borders, their self-serving, self-imposed sense of power over us, and take back control of our own minds, our own bodies, our own land, and our own futures our children, and realize our own power. We can then stop the hemorrhaging of our precious Black lives from this planet, repair the damages done, and continue where we left off in our greatness before being rudely interrupted some 400 years ago. I think that when we work together as B1, Black First people from all over the globe, all on the same page, excuse me, all pulling our own weight and all contributing to the proverbial pot, our knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and effort, we can tilt the power scale and shift the perception of power back into our own minds, hearts, and hands. But in order to cause that effect, we need to first start by recognizing who we are, where we are, and what we have. So let's start with who we are. We are our ancestors, the collective, infinite, etheric source consciousness of cosmic, metal, morphogenetic, and electromagnetic multidimensional oneness. Where we are, we're everywhere. We're everywhere. I believe that our ancestors, who are us, are yet to be born, our yet to be born descendants, and all of creation from time immemorial exists within us and within the same empty space that each of us are occupying right now. The space around us, which appears by our physical senses to be empty, is actually blazing with electrical magnetic energy functioning on an infinite number of wavelengths and states of beings, and that our consciousness is a series of vibrating energy fields operating in an ocean of electromagnetic energy. What we have contained within our subconscious is cosmic, esoteric knowledge, all the memories, wisdom, and experiences of our ancestors, and the universal collective soul of every being who is, was, and ever will be, are all united as one inside of us. We can tap into that spiritual power within us at will to connect with and utilize that energy to heal, educate, and enlighten ourselves from within. By the use of the morphogenetic energy within us, we can call into existence anything that we think of or speak of that we want. So let's do this. Why are we waiting for Babylon to fall completely before we jump into action? Let's start the action now by walking our talk about unity among all melanated people. Let's break down walls and barriers that separated us. Let's erase the land border lines that the colonizers drew on the continent, on the maps, and in our minds, and unite as one mighty people. Can we do this? Take my hand and let's pledge to continue striving together towards divine spiritual perfection by consistently thinking and acting with intelligence, wisdom, respect, integrity, sensitivity, compassion, and love in everything we do and with everyone we encounter. Thank you for watching our Darts channel. If what was discussed here resonates with you in a positive way, please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed, and share this video with as many people as possible. Hit the notification bell so you'll always know when a new show is posted. Peace. And thank you again for watching. New subscribers, you are welcome. You are very welcome.